This is the third video in a series showing you how to set up a basic Dreamweaver website. Okay, where we left off last time was with the navigation on the left-hand side. Our goal at this point is to style the links so that we don't get the standard blue link that turns purple when visited the page. Right? We want something more customized and in keeping with the color scheme of the site. Okay, now to do that, let's double click on our CSS styles sheet, and we'll get into the source code here, where we've already defined a navigation style, okay, which is putting the navigation to the right hand side, giving it a font size of 14 pixels and a font weight of bold. Okay, now underneath that style, let's create another one. Start out with navigation once again, and then A for anchor, put a colon, and then the word link. And as with all CSS styles, we're going to need opening and closing braces or curly brackets, depending what you want to call them. Okay. Now, within those braces, let's have a start with a color. I'm going to put pound 090 for the color, and we're going to put in an attribute called text decoration. Okay, and we're going to set that to none, and the default for text decoration on a link is underline. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm taking away the underline. Now, what we want to do, this is the link attribute after the anchor. Anchors just being what you'd commonly think of as a link, right? This is the default state. Okay, but there are three other states. So let's select this group. We're going to copy that, and let's paste that down 3 more times, and we'll change the word link, the first one, to active. Okay. The second one to visited, and the third one to hover. So link is the default state. Active is the color or the attributes that the link will have when it's actually selected, when you've clicked on it and it's the active link. Visited is what we usually get as a purple. That's after you've visited it. All the links that you have visited will take on this state. And of course, hover means if your mouse is hovering over it, this is the state that it's going to be in. Alright. Now, at the moment, they're all the same. Let's just tweak this one, last one, the hover, and we're going to give that underline, which is normally the default state. Okay. So we're going to save this page. I did so by pressing Control S, probably Command S on the Mac. Alright, and on the right hand side in the files area, let's click on our index file and press F12 to open a browser preview. Now, you'll see that the pound 090 is a dark green. Okay, and that as I hover, the underlining takes effect. And if I go to the pages, I don't end up with that ugly purple text. Interestingly, my contact link is disappearing down there. We'll check in on that later. But this is the beginnings of styling your links. Okay, now let's close the browser, and let's think about, now that we've styled the links somewhat more to our liking, let's think about the actual full table cell that the links are sitting in. Alright, now if we double click on the bar that has the Files tab, that will collapse. Double click on the bar holding our CSS styles and that will expand. And let's go to make sure that all is selected so you get a full list of all your styles, and let's click on navigation. Okay. Navigation has been applied to the table data cells for each of these links. So let's go down to the bottom here and click on the little yellow pencil that says Edit Rule when you hover over it. And let's go to Border. And let's just quickly give this a border here. Let's say 3 pixels wide, a solid border. And let's just pick up that same dark green and click Apply. Now you'll see that the table cells now have their own border. Okay, now we could also go into background and pick up the background color of the header, click Apply, and then that takes effect. Okay, and the text looks a little bit tight there, so let's go into into box, and let's give a padding of 2. See how looks a bit much for me. When Apply, and I'm going to uncheck same for all. I think it still looks a bit tight on the right hand side, so for the right hand side let's try 3. To my eye that looks a bit better. Okay, we'll click OK. Let's click on File, Save All to make sure that all the style sheets, etc. are saved. And we'll press F12. And here we have our new spiced up navigation system. Okay. And if we want the left and right borders to not be visible in the same way as the header, we can click on Edit Rule once again, go into Border, uncheck our Same for Alls, and choose None for the right and the left hand sides. Click OK, File, Save All once again to make sure all the style sheets are saved. Press F12, and there we go. Now if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section here on YouTube, and if this has been at all helpful to you, please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.